So in this video, I want to talk about the top 5 launch pads that can give you new altcoins that have potential 100x, 1000x, 10,000x gains and make similar returns as the people who got into BTC, ETH, XRP, ADA, and so many other legacy tokens early. So I'm going to give you a top rundown starting at 5 all the way to 1. So stick around for the best launch pad and the one that I think is there to rule them all this cycle and give you monumental returns not only on the tokens themselves, but the tokens that they release through their launch pads. So let's get right into it. And if you don't know what launch pads are, launch pads give you the opportunity to invest in projects before they reach the public market. So before they go on DEXs, centralized exchanges, anywhere, you get a chance to invest at a specific price. So let's say you get to invest at 1 cent and they may release onto some of these DEXs and centralized exchanges and may go up 10, 20, 50, 1000x, 500x, 1500x, whatever the case may be. So you get a set fixed price and you're able to see it trade on these exchanges while other investors buy in after you, and obviously leading you to be able to sell your investments at a considerable amount of returns. When you join your specific tier, you get a certain amount of money to allocate to each project. The higher the tier, the more money you get to allocate to each of these projects. So for example, there may be 3 tiers. There may be gold, silver, and bronze. If I'm in the gold tier, I may get 500 bucks to allocate. If I'm in silver, I may get 100, and in bronze, I may get 20 bucks, right? That's just a blanket example, but that's generally how launch pads work. Starting at number 5, we have something I like to call SNFTs. Now, SNFTs, you guys might be familiar with Cetify. Cetify was the largest launch pad in the last cycle, not necessarily as far as market cap, but as attention and notoriety. At the peak, it costed around, I think it was like 1.5 million or 1.2 million to get into the top tier list for Cetify. It was absolutely insane, nuts. So a lot of people that got into Cetify really early made those types of returns. And SNFTs is the same thing, but only on the NFT side. So they don't actually have a platform released yet. Any information that you can find about SNFTs is on the Cetify website, but I want to talk about this because it's the second token that Cetify has released. And the main catalyst for this is pretty much, it's very simple. You have Cetify, which is at the moment the largest and most notable launch pad in the crypto space. They focus on gaming, and they have a second token. The second token is super undervalued. I believe Cetify is still up in a couple of hundreds of $1 million in market cap. I haven't checked in the last 6-7 months or so, but Cetify SNFT, is sitting at a $7.5 million market cap. So tons of room to grow. As far as it being a 50x token, I think it's very doable. 100x, I think it's also very doable, but we're gonna have to wait and see how this all plays out, because like I said, no eyes are on this token at the moment. It just comes down to when the bull market starts to pick up, and I believe Cetify will start to push and market this token a hell of a lot more. So if you can get in now, you're getting in before the masses flood into this token and before all the eyeballs start to look at this token. Now, if you look at the price chart, we're actually up 10% today of making this video. SNFTs was up at over a cent, okay? So from this point in time periods, it's an easy 10x back to just previous all-time highs, but I think it'll far surpass. I can see this token going anywhere from 10 to 20 cents per token. So very, very early. I think it's never been lower than this, right? At this price point, it's never been lower than it is today. So it's a great time to get into this token. And like I was saying before, this is a launch pad for NFT projects. So similar to how you go onto a NFT website and you get the first mints, you can go onto a platform like SNFTs eventually and be able to put the first mints out for your project and be able to get into new NFT projects. And also they're building out a metaverse. So extremely valuable, and I think this is only the beginning for something like SNFTs, and I think Cetify, having the name that it does, will definitely push this token far further to new heights. Second on this list is UNCX, that is the ticker symbol, Unicrypt, and I've talked about this in other videos before. This is another launch pad. Of course, this is number 4 on the list, and this has mostly centered around meme coins, so you'll be able to launch your own meme coins and also invest in new meme coins. So as you can see here, this is the IDO platform, similar to all other launchpads. You can find new meme coins before they go public and reach those crazy 500x gains, 1000x gains, so on and so forth. You can also do, like I talked about before, the token minter. So you can create your own meme coin on here, and you can also lock the LP. So pretty much like burning the LP, or just locking it for a specific amount of time so people know that you're not going to dump on their heads when you create a new token. Now, this is mainly on Ethereum chain, so similar to how on Solana they have a meme coin craze. I believe that'll come back for ETH as well, as long as they get the gas fees under control. The last ETH transaction I did, the gas fees weren't too bad, so it just all depends on how they deal with the congestion of the network coming this next bull market. Will definitely dictate how far UNCX can go, but I believe they are trying to open up this app to other networks as well. It's just a matter of time. You got to give them time for these kind of things. This has been around since 2021, and it did very, very well in 2021. I had friends who did, not me personally, I was never invested at the time, but I had friends who've done a couple $100,000 starting with a couple thousand. So there's money to be made on these launch pads, and UNCX is a great place. Come and do your own research, but UNCX is number 4 on the list, and I want to show you quickly the price performance and what it's looked like. It's extremely stable. Out of all the tokens, this is the one where I don't see you losing a large portion of your investment, because all-time highs here around the end of 2021 had the token sitting at close to $1,000 per token, if not $1,000. And throughout the bear market, it's always dipped down to around $200 to $300 range, and it's currently at around $400. We had that wick down because of everything that happened with Japan last week. Still a great opportunity, and I can see an easy 10x on your token. Tokens itself, I think we have to buy at least 3 of these tokens to participate in new launches. But because I think you're going to see so much returns and gains on the projects that they release on their platform, just a 10x from the tokens is not the greatest. It's whatever. It costs you around $1,200 at the moment to get in. You might see 12,000 by the end of it. But the good part about it for me is that you'll be able to invest anywhere from a couple tens of dollars, a couple $100s, even a couple thousands of dollars. So you'll make your money back as long as you do a good job picking these tokens. But like I said, do your own research, and that is number 4 on the list. Now getting into the heavy hitters, these are the top 3. So this is number 3 on the list, and these are the ones I'm most excited about. I see the most potential for these ones going forward. Engine Starter is a gaming platform. They do AI releases and RWA releases in other niches, but they're mainly focused around gaming launchpads and gaming tokens being released on their platform. As you can see here, it's on the BSC network, so you got to use PancakeSwap, or you can use one of these central exchanges to get some of these tokens. But for me, this is one of the coolest IDO platforms because, like I said, you're going to get all the newest games that come out, and they've been around since 2021 as well, so they've lasted the test of time. I'm personally invested in Engine Starter as well. I think I hold around 200-something thousand tokens, something like that. Let's actually go over to the Launchpad platform. You guys can do your own research as well. Don't just rely on me. I can give you all the new tokens, but I don't necessarily have time to talk about it in these videos. If you want me to go into depth on some of these launchpads, let me know in the comment section so I know to do that. I can push videos out for each of these launchpads and show you how to get in, how to get your money onto these platforms step by step by step. But this is just to show you the top launchpads that I believe at the moment will have a chance to perform the best in the next bull market. So you can see here, they have about 9 different projects waiting to come out to be announced. I think they're just waiting for better market conditions. With a lot of these launchpads, they're not releasing at the moment as the recording of this video because the markets are just not in a good place. They want investors to have the best return possible. So as you can see here, Engine Starter has plenty of projects. Like, the list goes on and on and on that they've released. And you got to start to think about it, right? They have all these different networks that these projects release. So BSC, you can see Matic here, Manta, ETH, AVAX, Base, Binance, Optimism, right? And they release projects on all these different blockchains and networks. So you have Arbitrum there as well. So you have an opportunity to invest before they hit the public markets. So other than the seed round and the token founders, you are third in line to get the tokens. But the most gains are made once they hit the DEXs and the centralized exchanges. So if you're not in these launchpads, there's no one else getting these tokens as early as you, as far as the general public. I'm also a seed round investor as well. I can't disclose the group I'm a part of, but I invest in projects before they even get to the launch pads as well. And from experience, you may be getting, for example, a token in the seed round at a cent. You may get it at 2 cents on these launch pads. So currently, Engine Starter is super undervalued. To get into some of these launch pads, it can be pretty expensive, but we've had a massive decline. And I know the chart looks absolutely horrible. If I'm being completely honest with you, you need to do your own research, but if you want to take my word for it, you can look and see how undervalued some of these tokens are from their previous all-time highs. And the only reason they haven't reached back up there yet is because there's no real demand for launch pads just yet, because they're not releasing consistently, meaning they're not releasing new projects every single day at the moment. But as soon as the market, as soon as the market starts to heat up and people get interest in mainstream media on crypto again, I've seen it firsthand. I've been a part of these launch pads, man. Last cycle, they went absolutely crazy. So to get in now and secure a higher tier, you're only going to be thanking yourself in the future when you're able to invest something like $500 into every project. Imagine watching $500 go up 100x. Like, absolutely insane. One thing I will say is that some of these projects do have vesting schedules. Most of them honestly do. So you'll only get 20% or maybe 10% or 50% of your tokens day one, but every month thereafter, you'll get another allocation of those same tokens. And as long as the price stays stable, it continues to go up, you keep cashing in. And in a bull market, a lot of people believe in these tokens that come out of these launch pads. They end up pumping into ridiculous levels and people make tons of money. And that's how I've been able to make tons of money. Okay, so number 2 on the list is Avalanche. Now, Avalanche to me is a heavy hitter. This is why this is number 2 on the list. I'm gonna give you one simple reason why. It's a gaming focused launch pad, and not to mention it is the only launch pad on AVAX that I have seen. Now, a lot of these other platforms and launch pads are cross-chain. They do support projects on AVAX, but this is the only native based launch pad on AVAX, meaning a lot of the inflows and the people that have their money on AVAX are going to be looking towards getting into launch pads and the new tokens that they release. And the only place they're going to be able to go is Avalanche. As of the making of this video, there might be others in the future, but this is the only one that I've seen that's even reputable enough to put your money and invest your money into. So very simple. You can participate in the sales in the Launchpad. You can stake your tokens, vest. They actually give you airdrops. So unlike other launch pads where you have to go to a first come first serve round, if the initial sale wasn't able to sell all the tokens right away, they might have a second round where first come first serve. You get to pretty much grab all the tokens if you're fast enough. If your internet's quick enough, you can grab up all the rest of the tokens and add that to your investment. But over here, they actually airdrop you the rest of the tokens. They split it evenly. So that's one of the things that people like about it, because it's a little more fair that way. It's not pretty much based on fast your internet speed is, or if you're hooked up to Ethernet versus Wi-Fi and things like that. So gaming Launchpad, there isn't too much to be said about this one. They've had pretty good returns as well. Very simple. You know how Launchpads work, but those are the 2 main catalysts of why Avalanche for me is second on this list. Only one on AVAX, and it's gaming. One of the biggest narratives that we'll have in the space this bull cycle. And like the rest of these, Zava is extremely undervalued, only at a $14 million market cap. I don't see it bouncing anywhere right now. I mean, all the launchpads have moved with the same kind of price action. Like the other ones, this is a great time to get in and buy and secure your spot on the tier list. Now, like I said before, if you want me to make a more in-depth video on how each of these launch pads operate, let me know and I'll do that. Leave it in the comment section, but definitely subscribe and like, because I might just drop it anyways. Okay, now last on the list, the top dog of them all, this is the one that I see doing what Cetify did last bull market this cycle. It's in the AI niche, massive niche, and it releases also gaming tokens and RWAs. And it's not only an AI focused base launchpad, it's released the most tokens out of all the other ones I've talked about since inception. It came out last spring. It actually got launched through a launchpad. I'm not talking BS when I tell you, like, you can make serious money and get into these projects really early through these launchpads. What will be one of the greatest launchpads came out through a launchpad last year. So this is Chain GPT, if you guys don't know. One catalyst is the branding, Chain GPT. Similar to Chat GPT, when what we call here in crypto, like the normies come in, they're not gonna really know what to invest your money in, but if they see something in the real world that's doing extremely well, like ChatGPT, and they come on crypto and initially they think, oh, chain GPT, blockchain, crypto, they might simply invest off of that. I know it sounds crazy, but sentiment means a lot in crypto. And besides just sentiment and branding, this also has a ton of utility. It has a chatbot here like ChainGPT where you can ask it questions. It has a news feed as well, so you can get all your crypto news on this one platform. It has cross-chain swapping. It has so many different networks on it itself. It has Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum, Avalanche, Solana, Arbitrum, ZK Sync, Polygon, and I think I'm missing a few, right? Where you can have tokens launched on this one singular platform for all those chains. It also has many AI tools and products. You can deploy AI trading assistants so you can do different trades and things like that. It does cost money. This is not free, but a lot of the other stuff is free. AI NFT generator, if you want to create your own NFT collection and launch it, you can do that. It'll tell you things about the market as well. And like I said, it's also a launchpad, right? Go and do your own research. There's tons of things on it. It's also a smart contract auditor as well. To go onto their actual website, you can see they've had an average ROI of 15x, and this is in a bear market. You can only imagine what that's going to be in a bull market. And they've also have 8 projects ready to be released as well that don't have a date announced yet. I think they're just waiting for better market conditions. But for me, this is one that I'm invested in. As you can see here, I'll show you my tier list. So I currently have 68,000 tokens because I'm staked for a year, which you get a 2x multiplier. I actually only own 34,100 and I have about just under 1,300 tokens as reward. So around 35,500 tokens in total. But because I'm staked for a year, I get a 2x multiplier and I can be in the gold tier. Once that ends, I'll be dropped back down to silver tier, so I'll be investing less money, but I'm looking to expand and grow my holdings on ChainGPT so I can stay in the gold tier once my stake ends. I make videos every single week, twice a week, 2 short form and 2 long form, so hit the subscribe button, hit the like. Thank you for watching.